Hi, this is Valerie Gill, and I'm reporting as usual for my blog, Canada Human Rights Abuse Exposed. Basically, I am exposing the behavior of Toronto City Manager Peter Wallace in regards to his actions towards me, actually. I recall in my last video I mentioned speaking to his assistant Julie last week, and that she was supposed to get back to me in regards to why MLS has not laid charges in the previous investigation. And it's been a week and she has not gotten back to me. So here you have this guy who's occupying one of the highest positions at the local levels of government in Canada. And he has chosen to act racist, he has chosen to act disrespectful, and he still expects to keep his position, his job as the city manager for Toronto. Well, I have something to say about that. Okay? That is not going to happen. I am going to protest in regards to Peter Wallace continuing to occupy his position as the city manager. He's just started that position this year, earlier this year in May of 2015, and already he has shown that he does not care about the demographics of Toronto, the diversity of the city. He does not show that respect that he needs to show in regards to different groups, and so he should not be representing the interests of the public as far as his position. Plus, he is also act corruptly as far as covering up the investigations. Now, if the city manager completed his so-called investigation way back end of August and then determined that charges should be laid as far as the executive in municipal licensing standards, and it's been several months and that hasn't been done, and when someone called his office and asked him why that hasn't happened, he has the audacity, or his staff has the audacity, to be ignoring their calls or to just simply ignore the matter entirely. That's not acceptable. So Peter Wallace should not be comfortable in his position as the city manager, because obviously it's disrespectful to me personally, because I'm the one who initiated the inquiry, and it's disrespectful to the public. We're not expecting someone in that position to be acting in that manner. So I think anyone who is in the position that I am in right now should do the same thing that I'm doing, which is to fight really hard to see this person removed. But then again, this is how Toronto is set up. This is how the government of Toronto operates, and there are messages that's directly and indirectly being sent to me that my opinion doesn't matter, that they don't care to respect my rights, and also that they're going to do whatever they want, and that someone like me cannot stop them from doing whatever they want. So my job is basically to expose their hypocrisy and their corruption, and this is what I'm doing in this video. So Julie Scarcello, this is a very, very brief video. If you happen to be watching this video, you may want to think about returning my phone call and giving me an update, or you can put it in writing, I really don't care, giving me an update as to why, according to your letter, charges hasn't been laid by municipal licensing standards against those persons involved in the investigations. I want to know, as a member of the public, why that is. And I also want to know why you're avoiding answering my question in regards to that. Okay? um, they just don't want to do it. And it's something that they should have done, and they're not just going to ignore it, as far as I'm concerned. That's even more corrupt than the people who didn't even do it in the first place. So I'm gonna be sticking around and getting on their case about it. But more than getting on the case, I really love the fact that I'm in the position to just expose Peter Wallace, the Canadian government, and everybody said, this is what Canada looks like. They're racist, they're corrupt. This is what Canada looks like. And now you can make a proper judgment in regards to what you've seen and heard in regards to this matter. And, I'm just going to remove this mask that these people are wearing to deceive the public as far as what they're really about. That's my job. And to expose them. And to expose it further before the world and say these people are not for human rights. They don't respect individual rights of people. They don't respect people as a particular group because they practice systematic racism. And this is just how it is. And a lot of people accept it, and some people don't. If you accept something like that, then you are willing to accept injustices, and you're willing to accept things that shouldn't be accepted. So if you have these little white bigots running the city, running the country, and want you to accept them in their position as they are with their racist attitude and things like that, then they should be exposed for who they are, because they're not representing the best interests of the public. So this is what I'm doing, and this is of course they're working under the quiet to undermine me and to say, oh, don't take what she's saying seriously and this and that, and but they should take it very seriously, because I'm a very determined person, and I don't stop once I start something, and my job is to remove the covering that they have used to deceive the public in regards to the actions of this government, whether at the local level or at the higher level. It doesn't really matter. They're corrupt, they're racist, and basically I'm saying that Canada should not occupy the position that it has currently on the worldwide stage. It doesn't deserve that position. It's doing things that's contrary to the image that it projects, and people need to start listening, and that's the only way that you're going to get change, by people listening and people taking into account the things that are being reported about what's going on in that country. So this is Valerie Guillaume. As I said, this was going to be a very brief video, and it is a brief video because the next one following this one, which is not a video, which is actually going to be a broadcast from my internet radio show, will deal with this matter at length, and but I just wanted to expose a little bit more some of the corruption and racism that I saw going on at the local level of government. And of course, whatever you see at the local level of government is certainly going on at the higher levels of government. And we all know that there's been a transition recently as far as the election. Finally Stephen Harper is gone, and then we now have Justin Trudeau, who is the Prime Minister, and a lot of people are hopeful about that. I think they're wasting their time. They don't understand how politics run in Canada or the US, whatever. There's no difference between Stephen Harper and Justin Trudeau, and you'll just have to wait to see it for me to prove my point. But that's not my focus. Okay, my focus is on equality and the protection of human rights, not just my human rights, but human rights right across the board, and to make sure that those who are in the positions that represent our interests are carrying out carrying out those interests, doing their duty as they should. And unfortunately, I'm here to say that one of the people who occupy one of the highest position, and also in Toronto, Peter Wallace has not been doing that. And also, I wanted to mention that John Tory, who also endorsed Peter Wallace to become the city manager, he is just as disgusting as Peter Wallace. And so he's going to be another focus of my video. You have to understand that these people are corrupt. They don't expect people to be exposing them. So I am the only one who is doing that right now. And so their attitude is to ignore me publicly but fight me behind the scenes. That's what they're doing. But I have a lot more to expose about John Tory and Peter Wallace, and to put it all out there and let the public make their decision, let the world make their decision about how the government of Canada operates, and if it is a country that promotes equality and fairness and respect for individual rights of people or not. I will present the information out there and the people can make their decision for themselves. So this is Valerie Kyo reported for human rights abuse in Canada.